This is a quick little Forex blog video for February 26th, 2016, and I just want to showcase how our Forex trading signals did this week. I'll just start with the stats. Keep in mind at the end of the day I add a couple new patterns each day and fix a few, so some of the losses that showed up on Friday are not in here, plus the 5 or 6 patterns that I've created each day are here that would not have shown up. This is how I've done the stats for the last year and a half, and so it allows you to compare them each day. So you can see on Friday there was 41 trades, 551 pips. I have made some changes to our stops. You'll rarely ever see losses over 10 pips now, no more 15 and 16 pip losses anymore. You can see the average loss is only 6 pips and the average win is 25. So you can see it's 4 times more bigger wins than losses and over 50% wins, probably 60%. Previous day, 568 pips, 7.4 pip average loss. You can see 11 pip loss, 31.5 pip average win. So huge, much bigger wins than losses. Wednesday, tons of trades. And this is, I think, the day I modified the stops. 505 pips, 6.1 pip average loss, and the average win is 20 pips. So considerably bigger win size and loss size. Tuesday, 483 pips, 53 trades, 6 pip average loss, and 20.7 pip average win. And this is Sunday, Monday, amazing day for that. Usually it's low volatility, and you can see a 16 pip loss here. This was before I modified the stop. It would have been probably 8 or 9 pips. 601 pips. The average loss only 6.58. There's very few losses that day, and 24 pip average win. And there's close to 4,000 trading patterns in our software now. I'll just show you what they look like on the charts. Most of them are trend following, but we also have some counter trend trades. You can see nice win here, small loss. And this is a good example of what I'm now doing. If on the first bar after we enter a trade it turns the opposite way, I tighten the stop. See another loss here, small win, small loss. Previous day, nice 20 or 30 pip win there, small loss. You can see it immediately turned against us on the next bar, so I tightened the stop, so we had a smaller loss. And in this case, it probably would have made a few pips profit, so we took a loss here instead of a small win. But you can see here we would have taken a much bigger loss than we did. And one of the things that I'm doing now is betting bigger. After if I have a string of 2 or 3 losers, I will bet a little bigger. So I need the losses to be much smaller to get the wins back, and that's one of the reasons I made that change. Here's the euro yen, nice 30 or 40 pip win here, 20 or so pip win there, small loss. Now this one probably would have been a decent win. Excuse me. But it was a loss instead. So there's occasionally times where tightening the stop too soon will have a loss instead of a win. Small win, huge win. Here's the Australian dollar, and it's very clear to see the trend is down. We're taking usually I notice the trend's down when it goes from if the trend's up and it breaks down underneath the 62% fib level, it tends to be a downtrend. See, the previous day there was only that one trade, and then we had some really nice trades in the dollar Swiss. You can see here on this day it was trading with a trend and then got into a counter trend trade. Looks like it got stopped out with a small loss, and then the next trade it triggered another counter trend trade that was good for 40 or 50 pips. So most of the time we trade with the trend, However, we have a lot of tools in our software, including the containment bands and range projection. When it hits, let's say the 4-hour statistical low, especially if it's outside of our bands, we will tend to look for counter trend trades. So I'll just quickly add the containment bands on here just so you can see how effective these are. When the market hits these areas, it tends to stall, runs out of steam. You can see the upper containment band right here. It's exactly where the trend kind of ran out of steam, especially if it's gone up and it hits this level after going up over an hour. It tends to reverse at these bands a very high percentage of the time. So we take a small loss and then 50 pip win, and that's the key to trading: small losses, bigger wins. If you are looking at some of our videos and wondering why we do counter trend trades at key levels and how we magically pick these areas, these are two of the tools that we use to do that.